Yeah, in case you can't hear it, it's the sheep we're up against, apparently.
That's right. Our familiar flocks emit huge amounts of methane. But now, steps are actually afoot to reduce the amount of gas the animals pass.
Delicately put.
Yeah, thank you. Russell Hookie's here to explain all.
Rural Hertfordshire might be the last place you'd expect an ultra-low emission zone to spring up. But it's not Rob Hodgkins' Toyota that's throwing too much out of its tailpipe. It's the sheep on his Hertfordshire farms. Nationally, their releases are one of the biggest cause of greenhouse gases, remaining in the atmosphere for around 15 years and accounting for 5% of all UK emissions. But Rob and wife Jo, who manage flocks near Bishop Stortford and Baldock, are hoping to breed a variety of sheep which contribute far less methane to our atmosphere.
What we're doing is what farmers have done for centuries. Traditionally, back in the 17th century, 18th century, farmers were breeding for wool, and that's how a lot of the Norfolk estates and the Hertfordshire estates were built on large amounts of wool being grown and exported. Through the sort of 18th, 19th, 20th century, it's all been about meat. And going forward, we sort of have to have environmental credentials as farmers now.
Sheep, like cows and goats, are ruminants. They have 4 stomachs, and the design of their digestive system means that they're almost constantly giving off methane from both ends.
When it comes to burps and flatulence, not all sheep are created equal. Some of these animals will be less gassy than others, and that's key to this project.
We have some chambers being imported from New Zealand currently, which are like, I guess you describe them as rabbit hutches. We put a rabbit hutch, so 12 rabbit hutches into the field. We put a sheep in each, and for about an hour, hour and a half, they just sit in the chamber and we measure how much gas comes off of them. We can then identify the gene sets that are responsible for lower methane in sheep and start a breeding program then using DNA based on our analysis, showing what animals we want to move forward with.
Rob is working with a government-backed tech centre which supports farmers trying to innovate and employ new technology to meet the environmental aims of the future.
Technology's been coming into agriculture more and more over the past sort of 20, 30 years. Started back in the 80s with some of the functions on tractors becoming electronic. We've moved through to GPS guidance for tractors, and increasingly we're seeing more and more technology coming to the livestock sector as well, particularly in the dairy sector.
In the past, all sorts of ideas have been trialled to make use of surplus methane. They've included a chicken manure power station at Eye in Suffolk and tractors powered by animal gas in Cambridge. Right now, there's even a mask on the market which can intercept cow burps. But significantly, if Rob's breeding programme is successful, it has the potential to reduce animal emissions naturally at source by up to a quarter. And with 13 million breeding ewes nationwide, that's a lot of gas. Russell Hookie, ITV News, Hertfordshire.
OK, well,